G'day guys, Bryce Edwards here. So in the previous video we set up a fairly basic Spark Smart List. Today we're going to delve into some of the more advanced Smart List features and in particular take a look at this delta function. So first, I guess you're probably wondering exactly what delta is. The general meaning of delta, well in financial markets but also mathematics more broadly, is that it simply means the difference, all right, or the change in something. So in this case, the Spark delta function is calculating the difference between the current price of a stock and the price of the stock at some specified point in time earlier in the day. Okay, so you can specify the exact time by keying in the time here, or I tend to want to use these default periods. Right, so this is going to show me the difference between the current price of a stock now and the price of that stock 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 1 hour. You get the picture. Okay, so the general idea behind the Delta Smart List is that it keeps you abreast of all the stocks that are moving the most in the market. Right, traders obviously prey on volatility, so you can really improve your potential returns by being in the stocks that are moving the most. Right, so the Delta Smart List really is an awesome tool for flagging stocks that are really moving and then generating trade ideas intraday. Okay, I don't tend to use the Smart List so much on the open, probably because I guess the first 15 minutes stocks tend to go through a period of price discovery. But let's say after the first 15 minutes, after I've made a couple of trades on the open, I tend to switch across to my Smart Lists, and in particular the Delta Smart Lists, and then start to look for trade ideas. Alright, so before I show you exactly how to set up your own Delta Smart List, I'll just give you a general run through of exactly how they work and what's being displayed. So what we'll do here is this particular Smart List I've got a range on it, so it's showing me stocks with a market cap of 60 mil plus or more, and I've got it showing me the biggest gainers or the biggest rises in the last 5 minutes. Okay, and these three columns here, 1, 2, 3, these are your delta function columns. And if you remember from one of the previous videos, if you just click on help and drag it up to the columns, it gives you an indication as to what's being displayed in the column. Right, so this here is the last traded price. This here is the price 5 minutes ago, and this column is showing you the difference or the delta in cents, and then the delta in percentage terms. With the Delta Smart List, I've got them ordered to show me the biggest gainer in percentage terms up the top. Right, so that's how I've ordered the Smart List. Okay, so that's generally how it works. Now let's go over and I'll show you exactly how to set one up. So to start a new Smart List, we come over here, drag New across to the window, and then we right click, and this is where we go about setting them up. So to start fresh, what we'll do is just set up a range. In a previous video I showed you exactly how all these can be tinkered with, so I won't go through that again, but we will put a minimum market cap on our Smart List of 100 mil. So we just go 100M, hit enter. And that's all we're really worried about with the ranges. The next thing we're going to look at is the delta function. This one, what we'll do, we've got a range of 100 mil plus. Let's go for the biggest gainers in the last 10 minutes. Okay, so all we do is just click 10, and then we come over to the order menu, and here we select percentage delta. Okay, and as I mentioned before, what this is doing is ordering your Smart List, and we want the biggest change in the last 10 minutes to be at the top. Okay, so if we checked percentage change, what it's going to do is actually order the stock by percentage change on the day. Okay, if you click percentage delta, it'll still show you how much that stock's up or down on the day, but we've got it ordered to show us the biggest gainer in the last 10 minutes. Okay. Just as a bit of a side note, since we're looking at biggest gainers in the last 10 minutes, if you wanted to reverse it and look at the biggest falls, you'd have to come over here to change, and you'd go delta down. right? In this case, we're going delta up, and we've got percentage delta checked. If we're going to do percentage or delta down, so show us the biggest falls in the last 10 minutes, you'd have to come in here and click reverse, right? And that's ordering the biggest falls in the last 10 minutes. So we want percentage gainers, click delta up, and then we'll take the reverse off, and that's going to show us the biggest gainers in the last 10 minutes. So that's it, really. It's fairly simple. We don't need to look at any of the other menu items. Then all we do is go into File and save it. I tend to just save them by the file name of what the actual list is. So we said 10-minute rises plus 100 mil market cap. Hit enter, and then it's saved. Over here, so 10 mil rises, and then you can just drag and drop that, and you're away. So we'll just run through a couple of things here. So we can see here that MCP's right up there at the top of the list, McPherson's. If you hover over any of these, you can actually see a line graph of what the stock's done. So you can see McPherson's is obviously or SOM. Somnomed has had a little spike. And what's quite handy is that anytime you're looking at any of these stocks on the list, you can simply drag them and drop it into another window. So I'm constantly dragging and dropping in other windows. Just have a quick look at either the depth or a chart, for example. And that's generally how I use it. So 1 minute, we'll quickly have a look at the 1 minute chart, so you can see that there's a bit of a spike in the last 10 minutes. And that's basically it. Alright, so that about wraps it up for the smart lists. In the next video, we're going to look at a few trade setups. So stay tuned for the next couple of videos. Until then, good luck in the markets, and I'll see you next time.